This is so boring!
Bitcoin currently still in clear consolidation. You can potentially draw some lines here which point to a possible symmetrical triangle. I don't think it fits perfectly, but there it is. What I do think we'll see, and pretty soon, is a rise in popularity of an old support and resistance line we've not seen for a little while. I'm talking, of course, about one which began right at the bottom of the bear market and continued for quite a while. Now, obviously, this line faded into irrelevancy when Bitcoin decided to go parabolic in early May, but now that we're this close away from it, I could definitely see, at least if Bitcoin is to go down lower, then this would be, at least on the first test, support. Just so happens to coincide currently at around 7,500, which many popular analysts predict as a possible level for Bitcoin. Now let's switch it up a little bit. Let's do the weekly time frame. We're going to employ the use of an indicator known as the super trend. Just like moving averages or the MACD, super trend attempts to plot out the momentum of an asset, and put simply, you would expect a bull market to be trading above the green lines and a bear market to be trading below the red. Historically speaking, it's been pretty accurate. Stalling on the positivity the second week of December 2017 and only turning positive again the second week of April 2019. It's rocketed red starting from last week's giant red candle, the largest red candle of 2019. Insert candle making joke. I still have got no ideas. Not to say that this line can't go green again depending on what this week is about to bring, obviously being just the start of the week, but it would take a lot for this situation to change, at least with this indicator. The point though is that the positivity indicator stopped gaining 24th of June, last week of June, and we are currently breaching or about to breach that line, which has not happened since mid-January 2018, just the start of the bear market. Now that sounds pretty scary. But how much faith can you really put in this indicator, or any indicator for that matter? I suppose in order to answer that question, we would need to have, let's say, 6 or so individuals. We tell each of these 6 people to use just one technical indicator and trade off of it, give them a period of about 3 years, have them come back, show us their results. Which indicator works, which one does not? Well, someone did just that. Or at least they used a script in order to produce the results, same thing anyway. Here we have that study entitled The Single Most Profitable Bitcoin Indicator. This should be interesting. 6 indicators were used, including the MACD, the RSI, parabolic SAR, Bollinger Bands, stochastic, and the Ichimoku cloud. I'm not making this up. Those are actually kind of commonly used technical indicators. Let's skip to the bottom, the results. MACD was the best performing indicator, followed by the parabolic SAR and then the Ichimoku cloud. The RSI produced small losses, while the stochastic and the Bollinger Bands produced double-digit losses. These returns, actually, even the gains, are so poor that you would have made more money if you had purchased an S&P 500 index over the same time period 3 years ago. That's not very good. Now, I hear your criticisms, but daily, who would use just one indicator? You need to use them all. How stupid are you? I'm about to unsub. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Just 1 second. This isn't a flaw of the study. This is precisely what the study was about, to put these single indicators under stress. I thought the results were quite interesting. Not that you should personally do this. However, there is one strategy that is far, far and away better than all of these indicators combined. Can you guess what that is? It's to stay away from Bitcoin. No, I'll show you. Here are the results of the exact same study put against the simple buy and hold the damn coin returns. As you can see, an order of magnitude more profitable. Same exact thing with mining, depending on your electrical bill. If you would have just bought instead of buying mining equipment. So you're telling me that the best way to trade Bitcoin is to not trade Bitcoin? It's quite the realization. on a 3-year timescale at least. And so far, yes, that does appear to be the case. Unless, of course, you are good at trading, which by every study imaginable about trading means you are one of very few people that are able to do it consistently and profitably. And I know, this sounds crazy. We all have seen the memes about how quickly holding Bitcoin will age you. And they're not all unjustified either. But yes, it has been a good and completely fine strategy up until now, even if you happen to buy with that single one-day time frame a Bitcoin that was priced at $19,500. Someone actually did that. I'll try and find that picture. It hasn't been 3 years yet, so maybe by January 1st, 2020, hey, maybe it'll be profitable. But of course, moving with the trend is what I would describe as a happy medium between two extremes. The one hand being, you're gonna have to pry Bitcoin out of my cold, dead hand, all the way to watching 8 monitors and trading off of 1-minute time frame charts. So for me, that means a conservative trade every month or every 2 months. I was open and honest about where I sold Bitcoin last and how much, but for you, it might be much more frequent than that. It might be much less. You need to play to your strengths. And there are those who will try and make trading look easy to you. It's not. They're just probably trying to sell you something. Be wary. Now just taking a step back for a moment, literally. That's not a good joke, sorry. There is so much political unrest in the world right now, mostly people fighting back against corrupt regimes. We have protesters in Iraq, angry over poor living conditions and corruption. In Ecuador, all streets are shut down due to a transit strike to protest the price of gas. Paris protests are in their 47th straight week of demonstrations. Haiti demanding an end to the US Trump-backed corrupt regime of whatever their president's name is. Peru, Egypt, even Hong Kong. In fact, over in Hong Kong, there is currently reports of ATMs across the country running out of cash by people protesting and withdrawing their money from the banks. Now, of course, how does this all relate to Bitcoin? Let us look at this technical chart. Yes. But not memeing here for a second, I know that's rare. Bitcoin for most people in the first world country isn't all that important. Not to say that it's not important to have savings, to have investments, to be generally wise about the failing monetary system. However, when you compare it to people in the third world and even some select first world countries, then you really see how important Bitcoin is. Uncensorable money, where corrupt regimes cannot do anything to remove it from you except torture, I guess. They cannot insanely devalue it. Then you see just how important it is and why I don't see Bitcoin going to zero anytime soon. I mean, I would buy all of the Bitcoin in existence at 1 penny just to prevent it. Don't worry, that would take over $200,000. Maybe half a penny. Don't worry. Anyway, that's been it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is pretty exciting for the long-term prospects of Bitcoin. Again, we have just come out of a bear market. Does anyone remember what Christmas 2018 was like for Bitcoiners? I do.